Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And it's the hitting that subscribe button if you like the content. And hit the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. Okay, so without further delay, let's get into it. What's the topic of the day? Okay, it's Errol Spence Jr.'s latest social media post. And it was very cryptic, to say the least. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see what he says. Let's see what Errol Spence had to say. Oh. Pause. What is this? Oh, if you look down to the bottom of the screen, it's a black background, as you may be able to ascertain. But if you look down at the very bottom of the screen, you will see that it says, I give up. It's at an angle, and a tear falling from the left eye. Not both eyes, just the left eye. It's at an angle. And that's it. What are we to establish from this? What is the meaning of this? Oh, in case you can't read it, because it's very, very tiny. It reads 3 words. I give up. I give up. Now, what is the meaning of this? There's been much talk, or some talk. Go check out my latest podcast, the live show, Boxing Talk with Rafi, BTWR, episode #64. BTWR #64. Boxing Talk with Rafi 64. It's the last one. I think I did that one on Wednesday. I think it's Friday today. Pre-lunch. Banging one out. What is the meaning of this? There's been talk. Check out Boxing Talk with Rafi 64, where we discussed and chopped up Errol Spence's condition. We don't know. He hasn't put out anything. We haven't seen him. It's an old picture. We haven't seen him walking around. We haven't seen him functioning. So there has been speculation that Errol Spence ain't right. He won't be physically. He will not be capable of getting in the ring. The injuries reported were that he had some cracked teeth and facial lacerations. And that was all. Everything else was good. But, yeah, there's been speculation that no, that is a message for the media, because there have been other times. I said this a long time ago. I said this at the time of the crash, the incident, the accident, that there have been times, in recent times, when certain high-profile people have been in accidents, had health scares or health problems, and they've gone in hospital, and the public and their public relations people said it's all good. They'll be coming out soon. Next thing you know, they've perished. That's what happened to Rich Piana, the bodybuilder. We also know that Flex Wheeler, the 90s bodybuilder, classic bodybuilder, is one of the best never ever to win the Mr. Olympia. It was all good. Next thing we hear, he's had half his leg amputated. So, can't really trust the PR people all of the time. You can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time. This is Errol Spence with Morris Hooker. Morris the Mighty Hooker. Back in the days, it looked like Morris had a growth spurt. Errol stayed down there the same. He says R.I.P. to Fernando. I'm guessing this is Fernando, no longer with us. This is back in the day, shot. So, what are we to deduce from Errol Spence's latest Instagram post? Here it is again. That's about 5 seconds. I'm pausing it. Let's go down to the affected area. I give up. With a tear falling from the eye. What are we to make of this? Personally, I get the feeling Errol Spence is trolling. Won't be the first time. That doesn't mean he'll make it back in the ring, but I think he's just stirring up the hornet's nest. But it could be a troll. Although I'm inclined to believe he won't be back in the ring. And if he is, will he be the same? You can't tell me that the only injuries inflicted were to the face. You can't tell me that he didn't inflict some damage to the torso, the arms. Can't tell me the shoulders okay. Can't tell me the elbows are okay. You can't tell me the wrists are okay. You can't tell me he didn't put out his hands to cushion the blow instinctively. What about the chest? You get a compressed chest? What about the ribs? No cracked ribs? Tell me he's got no cracked ribs. What about the spine? You're telling me the spine was in perfect alignment when he came out to the accident? What about the knees? What about the hips? What about the ankles? You're telling me that everything is okay? I find that hard to believe. I find that hard to believe. And did the accident knock his hair white? You hear of people who had traumatic events in their lives and then it knocked their hair white. Are you telling me that the accident didn't knock his hair white? I don't know. What say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comment. It's the shares. It's the getting your opinions in. And it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And thank you to the person who sent me this story. Remember, the email to the channel is in the About section. You come across a story you find interesting, I might find it interesting too. So thank you. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the Errol Spence not saying exactly what kind of condition he is in. It's the wondering whether he'll ever make it back into the ring, much less be the same if he does get back in the ring. Get back in the ring. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the Have Your Say on the Errol Spence situation, speculation. I don't know. We don't know. It would be nice to have some real information about the situation. Have your say. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And I'm out.